Can you picture a hero just by their silhouette, brown fedora, leather jacket, and that trusty bullwhip? Of course, it's Indiana Jones. The legendary archaeologist, brought to life by Harrison Ford, has been a symbol of courage and adventure for decades. Ever since he first burst onto our screens in Raiders of the Lost Ark back in 1981, Indy has captured the imaginations of millions. But behind the thrilling chases and booby-trapped tombs, there are some incredible stories about how this icon came to be. So grab your hat and let's uncover some fascinating secrets about everyone's favorite professor of archaeology. Did you know that Indiana Jones was basically a love letter to old-school action movies? Star Wars * creator George Lucas grew up watching adventure serials from the 1930s and 40s. You know, the ones with daring explorers, hidden treasures, and far-off lands. He wanted to bring that same high-octane excitement to a modern audience. He pitched the idea to his friend, a young director named Steven Spielberg, who immediately fell in love with it. The rest, as they say, is cinematic history. Together, they forged one of the greatest heroes ever to grace the silver screen. Now, where did that famous name come from? Well, get this. George Lucas named the character after his dog, an Alaskan Malamute named Indiana. And if that sounds familiar, it's because the very same dog also inspired the look of Chewbacca in Star Wars *, that's one legendary pup. Originally, the hero was going to be called Indiana Smith, but Spielberg felt Jones had a better ring to it. It was simple, strong, and unforgettable. But what if I told you Harrison Ford almost wasn't Indiana Jones? It's true. The role was first offered to Tom Selleck. Can you imagine Indy with that mustache? But Selleck was already committed to his TV series *Magnum, P.I*, and had to turn it down. Spielberg then championed Harrison Ford, who had already rocked the galaxy as Han Solo. Lucas was a bit hesitant at first, but once Ford put on that fedora, it was a perfect fit. His natural charisma and dry wit made the character iconic. Today, it's simply impossible to imagine anyone else in the role. And what about that iconic outfit? The fedora, the jacket, the whip. It wasn't just about looking cool. It was designed to be practical. The hat, for instance, not only gave Indy his rugged look, but also cleverly helped the filmmakers with continuity during all those fast-paced action scenes, and the whip, it became his trademark. Used not just as a weapon, but as a versatile tool for swinging across chasms or snatching objects just out of reach. It's pure genius in character design. The movies are also famous for their incredible on-set stories. Remember that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where Indy faces off against a master swordsman? The script called for a long, elaborate whip versus sword fight. But on the day of filming, Harrison Ford was seriously sick with food poisoning and just didn't have the energy. So he had a brilliant idea. He turned to Spielberg and asked, "Can't I just shoot him?" They went with it, and that single hilarious moment became one of the most beloved and quoted scenes in movie history. Beyond the screen, Indiana Jones has had a real-world impact. While the films definitely ramp up the danger and excitement, they sparked a massive public interest in history and archaeology. Many real-life archaeologists have credited Indy as the inspiration that led them to their careers. The films masterfully blend real-world myths like the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail with incredible fictional adventures. This mix of history, mystery, and fantasy is what gives the series its timeless appeal. And of course, you can't talk about Indiana Jones without humming that theme music. John Williams' score is one of the most recognizable in the world, instantly signaling adventure. The franchise has grown far beyond the films, spawning TV shows, video games, novels, and even theme park rides. Indy isn't just a character, he's a cultural phenomenon. Ultimately, Indiana Jones is so much more than an action hero. He's a symbol of curiosity, bravery, and the endless pursuit of knowledge. He reminds us that discovery takes courage and a good sense of humor. Whether he's outrunning a giant boulder or solving an ancient puzzle, Indiana Jones proves that history, mixed with a little imagination, is the greatest adventure of all. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories behind your favorite films. See you next time.